Jacob's creations, heart and soul, turning resin into gold, crafting wonders, work of art, a vision born from your own heart.
Hey guys, so for today's project, I am going to do another skull, but what I'm going to do, so I made this demon skull a while ago, but I think he's feeling pretty lonely, so I decided I'm going to make another skull. But what I want to do with this one is I found this cool little ring here, and I'm going to make an angel skull. So I'm going to make this one, I'm going to put it right here so I have like the demon and the angel. And my thinking with this is like, we all have demons and angels on our shoulders, those little voices in our head like, oh, do this, no, do this. So that was kind of my thinking. I thought it'd be a cool little idea. So my plan for this is I kind of want to do sort of what I did with this one with the red and the black. Even though the red didn't really show through unless it's under a black light, I'm going to do the same thing. So I found this light blue. It's actually turquoise. So I'm going to brush in a couple spots on the skull with that. And then I'm going to pour it with this micro pearl powder here. So that's like white and blue. And then I have some gold that I'm going to use for making the halo. This does look like a textured thing, which I'm not necessarily going to concern myself with. It's just this is the only thing that I have that I can think of to make the halo from. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to pour or make so that I can actually attach it to the skull. So I don't want to put it just like on the top. I kind of want to have it raised up. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to make that happen yet, but I will figure that out as I go along here. So, first things first is getting my blue in.
Whispers echo in my mind tonight. One's a halo, the other's a fight. Left and right, they pull my soul apart. I'm the battlefield where it all starts. One says stop, the other says run. A battle beneath the rising sun. Shadows dance with the light of day. Which side wins I can't quite say. Angels and demons on my shoulders, good and bad like restless soldiers, guiding me through the stormy sea. Who will I be? Who will I be? The angel says love, the demon says take. A choice to make with every mistake. One step closer or one step away. In this tug of war I sway. The line between them starts to blur. Voices screaming, hearts unsure. They light my path, they cloud my view. Which one leads me to the truth? Angels and demons on my shoulders. One's a halo, the other's a fight. Who will I be? Who will I be?
So for the halo, I'm just going to mix the gold in with that so I don't have to deal with brushing this. And then, yeah, so I'm going to put you guys on a quick pause here. I'll get this cleaned up, get all that extra wiped out, and then get my resin mixed up. I am going to be using my Let's Resin epoxy resin deep pour. So I'll get all that taken care of, and then I will be back when it's time to get it poured. See you guys in a few. All right, guys, we are back, and I am ready to get pouring here in just a second when I get all these little extra bits off my mat here. Okay, so I got my pearlescent mixed up here, and I think that is really pretty. I think that's going to go really well with that blue. For my deep pour, I mixed up about 11 ounces. So I'm probably going to have a little bit extra this time, which I'm okay with. I just want to make sure that I have enough to completely fill this because I hate making small amounts of the deep pour. So I'm going to go ahead and get this poured in. I am going to leave a little bit because I'm going to put this in the curing machine after a little bit. I didn't debubble this, so I am going to leave it sit for a little bit to kind of debubble. So I'll set a timer for like 5 to 10 minutes before I actually start my curing machine just to make sure that all those bubbles come up. And then my hope is that I can get this cured quickly and get completed, and this will be my video for tonight. I am not left-handed. Okay, there's my main bit. So I'm just going to fill it up to the bottom of that rim there. And then I'll top it off when I get it moved. And then for the halo, I got this really nice gold mixed up here. So for the halo, I'm not using the deep pour. I'm using my T-Expert epoxy resin just because it's not actually deep pour. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay. Just gonna clean some of this up with my tool here. I find it easier to do this rather than trying to come in with a burring tool or anything afterwards to clean it up. I really like that too. If you can see that, how it kind of like crackles and stuff on there, kind of like that. Yeah, so that is that for now. I'll go ahead and get this moved over, get the skull topped off, and then I'll be back when this is all cured, and we'll see how I'm gonna attach the halo to the skull, and we'll go from there. So I'll see you guys in a little while. All right, guys. So I am back. Skull is cured. So is my little halo. So I'm gonna start with demolding that first. We'll see how that turned out. Not bad. Nice, nice. Lots of bubbles. Of course. I don't know why I bother using heat to cure anything anymore. It'll be alright. It's a really pretty gold. I did some cabochons with my extra of that, and that's how those turned out. Find something to do with these. Alrighty, so on to the main event. Get the skull out. Alrighty. Oh no. 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 Well, that's different. I have there's like a huge crack in the skull right there. I've had bubbles before, but I've never had this degree of bubbling before. Wow. Just wow. It's like all through here. Holy. But you know what? It's a skull, so I'm not going to worry about it. So I do want this kind of like raised off above its head. So to do this, rather than trying to pour something, I found in a bag of stuff that I got a couple of these little doodads. They're like little scoop things or something. So I just took a pair of wire cutters and cut a couple pieces down off that. And I figure I could just kind of attach it to the skull with that. So that is my plan as of right now. All right, I'm going to give that a quick cure under the lamp. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say on that. Especially with deep pour. It's strange. It'll be alright though. It's just for me, for my desk. We can all stare at my mistake for the duration of my videos. But in all reality, it is actually kind of a cool effect for the skull. It's like it's broken and chipped. Honestly, if you could find some way of, I wonder if you could use Daniel's method with like the what's it called? Baby lotion. Like use the lotion and maybe try and get this effect like all through the skull. Do like a cracked skull. That'd be pretty cool. I think. Kind of going for that same style look. Might be something to try out. Overall, like I said, it's just for my desk. I wanted Demon Skull to have a little friend, so I decided to make the angel. Okay. So this is going to be the tricky part. And actually, where'd I put them? I think I put them away. I'm gonna trim this down, hopefully not break it off, but trim this down on an angle a little bit more. So that's on the same angle as the skull, kind of. That makes sense. The real tricky part, in my opinion, is going to get it so that it's on there right. So I'm going to try an eyeball where I got to put my dot here.
Stumbled on cracks in the perfect road. Saw the light in the weight of the load. Shattered glass can still reflect the sun. Every broken piece is where hope's begun. Finding the good in the bad we face.
And oh, uh, that's interesting. Well, I'm just gonna leave that at that. It was a cool idea. I don't like how this turned out, but I'll leave it. Um, I'll have to fiddle around, see if I can find a better way of doing this. In all honesty, the best option might be to just go ahead and put the ring like directly on top of the skull. And if I do this with the deep pour again, I'm definitely not going to use the curing machine because that is just, it's almost kind of heartbreaking to see something like that happen. But like I said, in the long run, the optimistic side of things is it does kind of give character to the skull because skulls crack and damage over time, they become brittle and everything. So Angel definitely had a harder time than the demon, but that is that for that project. Let me know what you guys think, at least on the idea overall. um so like, share, please feel free to leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. That is all for now. I'll see you guys back for my next project. In the meantime, remember to stay creative, everyone, and hope everyone is well and happy. And yeah, bye, guys.